We've got 8 matches today that are being live streamed with commentary, and this is the first one today with Rana, Ismail and Sachika Balvani, where it features Egypt and India. So there's 5 matches with Egypt and India. And then we have an American player, Todd Harity, an all-Egyptian tie with Kareem El Hamami and Mustafa El Surti. I'm Chris Ryder, and I'm being joined today by Josh Taylor. Josh, are you there?
Hi, Chris. Nice to join you today. Nice to join you for this first match. Really looking forward to some more live squash in India here.
Yeah, it should be a good day, and I think everybody's keen for lots of squash at the moment because we've all been starved of it over lockdowns in various countries.
Looking to these two players, Chris, there's not a lot between them in the rankings. So on paper, should be quite a nice tie to watch, I think. Rana ranked 166 in the world. Balvani ranked 130 in the world. So only 36 places between the two. Could be hopefully quite an interesting matchup.
Yeah, Rana is just 18, isn't she? So even though the Egyptian players seem to start very, very young on the tour, so she will probably be climbing the rankings quite quickly. Do you know Sachika's age?
You're testing me here. I'm going to have to work it out from a date of birth.
Throw you a curveball straight away.
Yeah, keeping me on my toes here. Early morning here in England, streaming in. So, 1994 is the date of birth. 4th of May, 1994.
Work that one out. 27?
Yeah, there you go. 26, 27, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
26.
Okay. Here we go. So, I think looks like Sachika won the spin. She's going to serve first.
Court's looking beautiful here, Ryder.
Say that again.
Yeah, just saying the court's looking really nice here. Nice glass court here in the complex. Nice to be on the glass from yesterday.
I've been to this venue a couple of times, coached out there, and they hosted the World Junior Championships in 2018, and that was a great event. Lots of matches on this court. It can get very hot and bouncy on there, which is the case with yesterday as well. But that's quite typical when the temperature's up near 40 degrees.
Yeah, it can happen when it gets hot. Yeah, it's looking quite bouncy already, isn't it? I know it's a new ball, but this ball's pinging around already in this early part of this first game.
So I suppose it's a little bit unusual, this one, the way the lines are cut off with the there's no material above that line, is there? There's no perspex above that line, and the ball does tend to go out of court. You have to go fetch it every now and again. Maybe that was just me, though. Maybe that was just my accuracy.
Well, it's punishing you for hitting it out, for sure. That's.
Or if you want a rest, you can always just keep a lob up.
Yeah, chuck it out, yeah. I mean, it's very similar conditions, actually, despite being on the glass to yesterday, isn't it? How bouncy this ball is. We're saying around the sort of some of the tactics trying to employ when playing on a court. It's very bouncy, trying to get strings into it, ball running low. Nice attack.
Well, that was a pretty exceptional shot there by Sachika, wasn't it? I just subtly cut it across the face of the front wall, straight into the nick. A great camera angle as well. And even though there was a mistake on that forehand volley, that was a lovely backhand drop, wasn't it? So just be interesting to see if that sort of develops as a weapon throughout the match. Well, we've had winner, 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 winner for the last few rallies.
Getting quite a lot of nice bite on the ball, Balvani. Cut it across the front wall side twice.
Yeah, well, that was actually that rally there, that loss of the rally there was caused by her over dropping it, wasn't it? It wasn't the right quality of shot from the back of the court there. I suppose that happens with a lot of players, that actually their biggest strength becomes a weakness sometimes when they overuse it.
I thought that was down.
I thought that was down too. It sounded down, didn't it?
Yeah. Problem is the glass all the way, isn't it? So sometimes it can be harder to spot.
Well, she's definitely got some weapons on that backhand.
Yeah.
Or maybe just she's a very attacking player. That's not a bad shot either, is it? Right.
No.
What I've noticed, however, is that yeah, she has struggled a couple of times when she's been deep in the court. Balvani. Looks like a stroke there. Maybe through misreading the ball, but that sort of dying length has caught her out a bit more. But she's been lethal so far when she's got in front, hasn't she?
Mm. Yeah, on the flip side, Ismail's been caught a few times just from a little bit of hold as well, just stopping her and then going in short. And I think that's something that we talked about a bit yesterday, about how to use the length of the court where it's a bit more bouncy, or use the piece of the front wall as well to depth.
Yeah.
Heavy base again.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, hold is such a useful weapon to disrupt people's movement, isn't it? And most of these professional players are extremely good movers. So you've just got to try and find a way to break them down. Using that hold is such a difficult skill, but once you've got it, it really can make you a very controlling player, can't it?
Nice shot from the front, just straighten the ball out. She's got a nice open backhand as Ismail. Gets strings through it a lot, and then as a result of that, almost it's a little bit flatter on the forehand, but she used that to good effect on the forehand. Able to get the ball through a bit quicker, a bit more pace off it.
Neither of them finding the back there, were they? That was a rally right around the middle of the court. Unsurprisingly ending in a stroke. And this is 8-all now. Big points. Oh, well. She doesn't stop, does she? At 8-all, she went for a backhand cross court, and it wasn't a great shot, and it got cut off. Lose the rally. Oh, cross court nick, and then one in the tin. So it's either winner or error.
Live by the sword, die by the sword, Ryder. Going for it again.
And that from 8-all, 1 winner, 3 errors. You know, Ismail didn't really have to do much there, did she, at the end of the game? Well, there we go, 11-9 in 8 minutes. So I thought it was a very entertaining game. There were plenty of good winners there coming in. Definitely think Sachika's got some great weapons, but Rana's been pretty solid so far. So for an 18-year-old, she looked composed on there. She really didn't make any. Well, she made a couple of mistakes, but nowhere near the same amount as Sachika. So that's what Sachika's nearly got to do as she comes back. I think Josh is calm down the error rate, maybe be a little bit more patient, and just pick her time a little bit more.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there, Ryder. I think it was very sort of nip and tuck, wasn't it? Each player it was winner or error, and it was very quick. The points moving very quickly. So if one or the other of the players can settle down a little bit more, find a little bit more patterns of play, get themselves settled a little bit more. Maybe elongate some of the rallies just to create some better chances rather than rushing, going short. Might see play all the way. Interesting to see how this pans out.
And that seemed like a very quick 2 minutes, so they're back on court anyway and both ready. Probably the most patient rally of the match, that one so far, wasn't it? Maybe they've both come back on with the same idea. There we go, Josh. Oh no, I think they get a ball boy here. No. Off she goes.
Need a little bit of music here, don't we? Just sort of a little bit of.
It's like an interlude.
Yeah, something just to patch that. Nice throw there. Back in.
Yeah. Well, we don't have video reviews this week, and there's the musical interlude comes in for, I say musical. It's not very musical, is it? When they have the black ball open last week, for example. And there we go again. This could get frustrating. Oh, there we go.
I'll tell you what, she was very quick there. I didn't see her move. She got in and out without even disappearing there. That was rapid.
Yeah, that's a nice counter, isn't it? Very stable in the lunge there. Reached out a long way in front of her, made that look very simple. Looks to me as though Ismail's growing a little bit in confidence here. As I say that, like she sticks one in the tin, but I think she's been hitting that ball a bit harder. She looks to be taking up a little bit more like time at the tee. That's a bit more aggressive at the tee there, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely contest there, though.
Yeah, the thing that's sticking out to me, Ryder, actually, is the follow through just looks a little bit more relaxed, particularly on the backhand. Just found a little bit better length. Gonna have to reset a little bit here. Two points gone quite quickly.
So for anybody watching that's not aware, the towels are now placed at the front of the court to allow the players to dry their hands and grip. Typically players use the sidewall, but that's been discouraged now with COVID. So there's been an adaptation there, which has been a positive actually, although definitely comes with it a tactical towel we were talking about yesterday, where people might use that towel break, which just will happen with anything that's new and introduced into the game, like a video referee. Some players are more switched onto it than others.
Yeah, I think it's been a big positive. I think it's, on the whole, I think it's sped up the play, between points, which can only be a good thing. For us as spectators anyway, I'm not sure about the players, it's straight back in.
Well, as we're talking, right? Yeah. So I think our theory was right. We just chose the worst moment to say it, really, that Ismail has really stepped up here and started dominating play. She's hitting the ball harder here. She looks more confident. She's taking it earlier. She's really pinning Balvani into the back corners and just spending far more time further up the court than her opponent. And that has been the story of this game, really, hasn't it? She's overpowered her.
And we're back, Ryder.
Pretty comprehensive.
Look at how
comprehensive run.
Look at how those points rattled off at the end of that second game. That score graphic showed it was very quick from locked in at 4-all to 11-4.
Yeah, I just think Balvani just lost any sort of length there. Just couldn't get it past her opponent, and struggled. We saw her struggling a little bit out the back corners in the first game when she was playing well. And then she was really just massively under pressure there. She needs to do something. I would say she needs to she's somehow got to take the middle of the court away from her opponent, and that might be by volleying it herself a little bit more, hunting that volley a bit more. Might be just patiently rallying a bit more down the walls, and it might be just taking some more time to be accurate on those lengths. She needs to have a plan.
That, right. Yeah, she was getting herself pumped up for this game. She looks. I think we'll see a bit more intensity at the start of this third game. She's got to. Some nice little jumps and bits and bobs going in between. She was waiting to return serve, and she served straight out. She's almost too pumped up.
Yeah, I would not be doing a lob serve on this court because there's one danger of lobbing it out, but then you also have this this issue to really highlight it, don't you?
Got a few racket taps. On the toes. Look at it.
Yeah, that's better intensity though. Getting back to the tee.
There's a bit more about this already. Lob serve again. Ooh.
Yeah, she went for it, didn't she? That's a tight ball. That's the difficulty, isn't it, getting the balance right, because she's come out and looked for that earlier ball, and for once she's got in front and started volleying, but it was the wrong shot to do it on, the one that was blued. Oh, what a shot. Average.
Just mistiming a movement at the front there. Just went for an outrageous backhand cross-court nick to overrun it all on the forehand.
Yeah, I mean, and hit it as well. And you know, she's hit some unbelievable shots in this. Well, a couple of really good ones, and then follows them up with poor errors, and you just sort of think, well, it's really the consistency here, plus the fact she seems to be putting herself under a lot of pressure by constantly going for winners. That's a very good rally. Very good rally. Lovely touch from the back of the court initially. Followed it up very well. Bit of hold. You know, found the other corner and then had the skill to finish it off. I mean, that's pretty class play, really. It's the consistency of it which needs to improve.
Now, I feel this is a little tactical tale. Just to take this time to flip a little bit. It's quite clever, that, from the younger player. Just resetting a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Right time to do it, though. I mean, you know, it's introduced. It's part of the game. You know, I think there's probably a moral line, isn't there, where you can't do it all the time, and the refs have got to make sure you don't do that.
Yeah, it does get into your head, the fact the ball flies away, doesn't it? It's a little bit demoralising.
But the court looks good. You're right. I mean, like, I love the shape of it. It's just a problem with the with doing that, isn't it?
Good get.
That is a good get. There's a quality rally as well. Nice to see her playing the ball there. I think she could have asked for a stroke. Oh my word.
Fantastic rally.
I think didn't Mossad get PSA shot of the year for something similar a few years ago? You know, that was 100% as hard as she could hit it, like smack in the neck.
Pulled up nicely there as well. Nice little hole.
Yeah. And she is managing to string some of these winners together. I mean, it's pretty difficult to do, but when she's on a roll, especially when you're 2-love down. I thought that caught the top of the tin there, but she's having it.
Yeah, she found herself 2-point cushion here, didn't she? So this is be interesting to see if she holds on to this.
Found the neck again. Well, this is an entertaining start for like an 8 o'clock in the morning match for UK time. I think it's 1 o'clock over in India, isn't it? 1 PM. No, didn't get that. Did not get that. Good rally though. Some good fight from Ismail there. She wants to see this one off in 3.
Just buying a little bit there. I felt it was probably a line on the inside.
Yeah, I think she misread that. She thought it was going to go shorter, and it came back a lot further, didn't she? And that is, it's probably a stroke, that, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, the determined walk to the service got sorted out. Been a good fight. It's been a good fight back from 3 points down to 10-9 lead now. Bring up match ball.
Yeah, she stepped up again, hasn't she? I think just started hitting with a bit more ferocity. So match ball here to Ismail. We didn't have a great camera angle for that one, did we? But I felt it was a let there. They've given a no let actually.
Yeah, they've given a no let, and I think it's an interesting time to try and encourage them to play the ball after a couple of little bit softer decisions, but using to take a slightly harder line with it.
Oh. That was a big shot there, really. Took it on, of course.
Ah.
And there we go. That's match. She looks a bit confused there, Balvani, by the didn't hear the score maybe correctly. But that is correct. 12-10, a much closer game, very entertaining game. I kind of wanted that one to carry on for another one. I was enjoying the shot making of Sachika Balvani there, but ultimately she loses out 3-love in 25 minutes. Enjoyed that match. And yourself, Josh?
Yeah, some fantastic squash in that. Some really exciting rallies, ball going in short a lot, and nice variation. Likewise, Chris, it was just starting to get even more exciting in that third game. So, but really well closed out by the younger player Rana Ismail, and a win against seeding as well, beating a higher ranked player. So, be interesting to see how the young player progresses.